This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'd like to be joined by Dave Allen this evening. Dave, been a while. How are you, mate?
Very well, thank you, Ryan. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Busy times for yourself. We were just talking before we started there. We'll start with Liam Carrigan, one of your charges, being back out. I think it was Friday, defending his Yorkshire title as an amateur. Happy with what you've seen of him?
Yeah, over the moon. I used to see on Twitter people used to get videos of him shadowboxing and laughing. And now he's the Yorkshire champion. He's got a defence of the belt, 2 more needed, and he gets to keep it forever. So yeah, he's got the whole box cup coming up, and then get the bouts in before the elite ABA's next spring. So he's come a long way. When I met him on Bouter, in trouble all the time, and now he's just a normal member of the public, and he's doing all right. So yeah, he fills me with probably the most pride out of all of them. So yeah, going really well.
We've spoken before about the sense of pride it gives you watching your fighters in action, but how does the feeling compare to when you've won a fight yourself, when you're watching one of your lads defending a title or winning an amateur fight? How does it compare?
Well, it's a difficult one, My last couple of fights, when I won the last one in Newcastle at the Hilton, and you don't really get much joy out of them, to be honest. They feel like a job, but when I beat Brown and Webb, obviously great nights, brilliant nights. But when Liam won that Yorkshire belt and Danny won his first Yorkshire title, very special. And I would say equally, if not more joy brought to me than winning them big fights myself. I found when I won the big fights, the happiness lasted about 20 minutes and then it was over and it was on to the next. I think a lot of fans don't realise, as an active boxer, even when you win, you only get a bit of enjoyment, and then it's like, oh, what's next? Who's next? How long? What bullshit I have to go through here. So yeah, I guess to answer that, I probably enjoy their victories more. I love the amateur boxing, to be honest. Professional boxer, trainer and manager, but the amateur boxing is where my enjoyment is. There's no money involved. So it's just nice, it's just for the love of the sport, the boxing. You get some dodgy decisions, but that aside, I probably say I prefer the amateur boxing game.
Yeah, look, you've got Joe back out soon. You mentioned Danny, who's moved on and looking to build his pro career now. That's one that I want to ask you about. Look, in terms of when you're giving them advice and you've very much been there and done it, how much of their future is kind of you suggesting things or saying maybe try this and do this, and how much of it is them kind of making them decisions and you giving them advice beyond that?
Well, the thing with me is obviously a lot of casual boxing fan thinks I wasn't very good. I was just tough and not very good. I was a very good boxer. I was on the Great Britain Amateur Squad after 10 amateur fights. I was good. I've just always been lazy. But done so many things wrong over the years. I could probably keep myself in 10 years' time. But yeah, I know my boxing inside out. I don't think there's many know it better than me. So as a coach, yeah, you've been there and done it as a fighter, and more than just knowing the boxing and stuff. It's knowing the emotions. You've been there and you know how the feeling. And all the kids that I train, you have to put 100% faith in me and to do the job. And if at any point you don't believe in the job I'm doing, then you're welcome to leave. As a trainer and manager, even as a manager, when you got a contract, any of them come to me and want to leave, the door's open. I'm not here to hold anyone back. I love the sport of boxing. As a professional boxing trainer or manager, I've made less than four. I've never made 4 figures in all the work I've done combined as a trainer or manager. Not in it for the money. When my license covered. Not even my license, my managerial license covered out of the managing game. So ain't for the money. So I do like the enjoyment, and yeah, it's good. The amateur season, we only had Liam beside the Yorkshire title. We've had 19 fights and 17 wins. So I do enjoy it, and I enjoy the success. A lot of people doubt that I'll be any good at it, but definitely know the job what I'm on with for sure. Because I've been around all the best trainers, and you just learn and copy essentially. That's all the game is. That's all it is in horse racing. I see training boxers pretty similar to training horses, really. the best ones usually come from the best stock, and you do the right simple things at the right time, and they look after themselves and be fit. You're on to a winner. So yeah, I think the key to being a good boxing trainer, what I think a lot of people forget, even the boxing trainers, is the fighters make you. If your fighter can't fight, don't matter how good a trainer you think you are. So, I only work with the amateurs I work with. I picked all six of them, all seven, well, 7 one-term pro. I picked them all because I knew they was good. So, there we go. Yeah, that's one thing that trainers would know. I see young trainers now and I just think, hey, come on. We're only as good as the fighters you work with.
Let's come on to Dave Allen, the fighter. I've been keeping an eye on your Instagram and seen you've been slowly eating less and less of the chocolate digestives, getting ready for, I think it's July, you're back out in Newcastle. I know you said before it can sometimes feel like a bit of a job at this point, but what is it you want to get out of this July date?
July 23rd, Newcastle. July 23rd is a long way away. Tickets have got to be sold. I'm not on the matchroom shows no more where you're boxing regardless. Matchroom shows, they kind of sell themselves. So the tickets have got to sell. Yearly medical coming up. Like I said, I've had 10 and passed all 10, but that's all got to come up. They're going to get the right opponent, and then they've got to be in great physical shape and well, I say great. Got to be in good enough shape to put on a performance and win, because you're losing these kind of fights, your career over. So a lot of obstacles to overcome before I box July 23rd, but I hope to box, and I would just like one more bite at the cherry, really, at a good level. I thought I was going to get the Babic fight when he was calling me out, and then a couple of days later, that door got slammed in my face. But if I never box again from this moment on, it's been a good one. So yeah, full intent of boxing July 23rd, but we'll see, I guess.
Alen Babic is always linked with yourself. I found it interesting. You said the door was kind of slammed in your face with regards to that fight. What happened there?
Well, nothing happened really. He mentioned me on his fight week, saying he'd like to fight me next. I thought, oh, brilliant! So, started to. One of the nutritionists said, "Look, when he gets some weight off, got back on the it's in the pads and having a little jog and that." And I thought, oh, brilliant! Maybe something to get my teeth into. The last 2 fights I've had, the comeback fights, and the opposition was poor, and it was hard to get up for, really, to be honest. Headlining the O2, and I watched every price at the O2, and I watched Darts, Sheffield Arena. To go to Ponce Forge and then to go to a function room in a hotel is a bit of a shock to the system, to be honest. So it is hard to get up for him, but like I said, it is a job, and that's how I see it now. It's a job. I have to just do it. But the Babic fight filled me with a lot of. I was excited for a couple of days, and then he did an interview slagging me off and whatever else, and it's what it is. We're all grown men, aren't we? I don't take much notice of it, but that fight's not going to happen in a million years. I think for 2 reasons. I think one, I don't think Eddie wants to make it. Not. I think the reason why he doesn't want to make it is I think he deems that I am finished as a boxer. And 2, I genuinely think Alen Babic and a few members of his team will think I've got his number. But I think it's a mix of 1 and 2. I'd love to box him. I think he's great. I think he's a great character, a nice person, and very exciting boxer. But I do think I'd beat him. If we're looking at top 50 in the world right now, I probably fancy myself to beat 2 of them. I'm not saying, I'm not talking nonsense. Him and G Lejean, probably only 2 of the top 50 I'd fancy beating. 1, I think I'm too big for him. 1, I think I'm tough enough to ride the storm and get him out of there. But I won't fancy beating any of the other top ones, at least not right now, anyway. I don't think I'll get either. I think getting a big fight for me now is going to prove difficult. But hopefully July 23rd comes around and get another win, and you just never know when the phone's going to go. So we'll see.
Final one on Alen Babic. Obviously, the Adam Balski fight recently, absolutely wild. He's down very early. Chaos up until the final bell. I know you said you felt your durability would be key against someone like an Alen Babic. What was going through your head watching that fight?
Well, I wanted him to win. Not just hoping that he's going to box me. I'm a bit of a fan of him. I think he's nice. I met him. He's a lovely fella. I wanted him to win the fight. I think Balski's a decent operator. He got beat by a Masternak at cruiserweight, didn't he? I don't think he's a world beater. If I'm looking after Alen Babic, I'm not in a rush to fight Oscar Rivas. I don't think that ends very well at all for him. And that's not me being negative towards him. I'd love him to beat Rivas. I'd love him to have all the success in the world, but Rivas is shit up. Rivas had knocked me out in 3 or 4 rounds, I believe. He's aggressive with it. I went a lot of rounds with a lot of good fighters, but not as aggressive as Rivas. And I just think he's a really bad match for Babic. So if I were looking after Babic, I'd rather box me than him. There's a long list of people I'd rather box than Oscar Rivas. So I don't know really. I'm not sure. I don't give him any chance of beating Rivas in the slightest. Rivas is probably a top 10 heavyweight. Never mind this new Bridgerweight thing. But Rivas and Balski was great. I don't think it was top level, but it was. But you paid to watch it, wouldn't you? And I guess that's what boxing boils down to. So yeah, I was entertained anyway.
I know you said you don't think you're going to get either the Babic or the Zhang fight, which you mentioned, but are there any other fights out there that you'd be able to really get yourself up for that give you that fire at this point?
I don't know. It's difficult to say. I guess I'm only 30. I'm younger than most of the British heavyweights anyway. But I don't know. I don't think I did myself any favors retiring. I didn't really. At the time, I just wanted out of it. Just wanted out of it. I just wanted to be gone. Wasn't enjoying the way things were going down. I had the piss took out of me and my pants pulled down with a few things. And I guess the realization November 2020 hit me, everything hit me all at once. I thought, fucking hell, been a bit of a clown. Been took for an idiot on a few things. And the Chris Lovejoy debacle and the aftermath really brought that home. And I didn't want to not box, but I just thought, I fucking can't be arsed dealing with all these snakes. And I wanted to get out of it. And in hindsight, I should have just walked away and not said anything and just gone quiet for a while and had some time off and semi-retired on my own in peace and quiet. But I didn't. And you live and learn. I don't regret doing it. I don't regret doing it at all. It kept me sane. But I think the retiring thing, the Usyk footage, which I shared myself because it happens all the time. So many top class, world champion boxers get chinned in sparring. It happens all the time. But I think the retiring, the Usyk stuff, suffered injuries over the years. But again, there's so many boxers that have had the same as me, and maybe worse, but they're not as honest as me. Someone asked me a question, I'm going to tell you the answer. What injuries you suffered? Well, this happened after the Price fight. I don't think I'm the same man as I was before, and all the rest of it. But so all that stuff rolled into one. I don't think the big fight will come. I've been offered some good fights while I've been back. The Nathan Gorman fight got offered. Got offered another fight, not a big fight, but another half decent fight. But the money wasn't any good, And like, well, you've been out a long time. Well, don't pay me what you think. Don't pay me money that you think I'm finished. If you pay me, then pay me what you pay me. Don't say, well, you shouldn't be boxing, but we'll pay you this. But if you don't think I should be boxing, don't pay me the money. Simple. Why offer me the fight? Don't try and get me on the cheek because she's saying I'm finished. If you're gonna pay me, then pay me. So it's either not been getting off at the fights or been getting off at the fights really cheap because I shouldn't be boxing. Some have said, but I don't know. Again, I'm not really asked if I box or not. I'd like to watch some small old shows every month. But selling tickets every month to do that probably isn't fair. And again, at what point do you then say, well, you've had a couple of combat fights now? You need to stop being unfair and beating up people above you that are below you. So I don't know. Maybe I'm too self-aware and let these things get to me sometimes because I'm overly hyper aware of what people think and what's going on. But I don't know, to be honest. Before we had this phone call, I'd not even give it any thought. I didn't give a cup of tea, and I wasn't even thinking about it. So I don't know. Who knows?
It sounds a lot. Is it fair to say, like, if that one last big fight doesn't come with the life you've built for yourself, you'll still have peace?
I found peace a while ago. Yeah, you know, boxing for me for a very long time was the only thing that I had. Was the only thing that I had at all. That caused a lot of doubt, and you give it 100% and you get beat. There's nothing left. So I look back now, and I don't regret anything I did. But I look, my life now is all right. I've got a kid on the way very, very soon. I've got all the kids I train and manage. I'm involved in boxing for life, whatever happens. And just found a bit of happiness. Really, it's the main thing. I used to think boxing was the happiness. I used to think that I need the boxing to be happy. I need to win this. I need to make this money to be this. But yeah, boxing was never the happiness. Realizing that boxing wasn't the happiness was the happiness I needed all along. So hopefully, by July 23rd, and I would love to be back at the O2 or Manchester Arena and in a big fight and giving it 100%. And hearing there's only one David Allen again. But if not, I come to terms with the fact that that's probably not going to happen a while ago. You get false hope when Alen Babic's calling you out and other things. You get false hope, the phone ringing. But I get more of a buzz, like I was saying earlier. I get a right buzz at Bayton Working Men's Club the other night. 3 3-minute rounds for the Yorkshire belt. I never won a belt myself, so it's amazing stuff. I love it. I proper love it. People think I'm weird. My dad, my old man, thinks I'm a lunatic. Like, why do you train these 100% of your heart, give it everything, and you can't even? You never was bothered to train yourself for massive fights. I don't know, but I'm happy though. So yeah, everything's going really well. Really, it sounds a bit depressing, but it's not. I'm quite positive in the negative. The negativity is what brings me positivity. All my life I was just trying to get healthy with boxing and a healthy relationship with my old man. They're both go hand in hand, and I think just about got there now. So I couldn't be any happier than right now.
That's great to hear. Just a couple of things away from yourself before I let you go, Dave. Hughie Fury's been asking Sky to deliver him a big name, a good, meaningful heavyweight fight. He's got himself Michael Hunter, world title eliminator. What do you make of it as a matchup?
He's a great fight. Michael Hunter messaged me a couple of weeks ago saying, I'm boxing you, Fury. Make sure you come to Manchester Arena. Well, that's a good fight. First I thought, well, that's a good fight. Then the second I thought, I'm really good friends with Pierre, actually. I was like, yeah, mate, I'll be there. Brilliant fight. But I think it is a great fight. Really good. I was surprised that he drew with Jerry Forrest last time. Hunter for me was a dark horse to the division. I thought, well, he might be able to really get amongst it all, beat Bakole. The Forrest fight really threw him for a loop, whether he didn't train properly, whether Forrest is a lot better than we think. I don't know, but I like Michael. I met Michael in New York, nice fella. Hughie I've known for a long time. Love his old man. Hughie's a friend of mine as well. So really looking forward to it. I think it's a great fight. I don't know who'd make the favourite, really. I'm not sure. But I think it's a 50-50, don't know. It genuinely is a brilliant fight, yeah.
Another fight a fighter you touched on there, Martin Bakole. I just wanted to get your thoughts on him. Went out to Paris against Tony Yoka. Dominant performance, brilliant performance. Did you watch and what did you think of it as well?
I didn't see it. The Tony Yoka that I boxed, I felt was as good as Tyson Fury, Joshua, the lot. I did a couple of rounds with Martin Bakole a few years ago. It was the weirdest spar I probably ever had, but it was such a weird spar. But he was good. You could see he was talented. He was very talented. I wasn't about Joshua after. You could see he was really good. But the Yoka I boxed, I don't think we've seen him for a couple of years. For what reason that may be, I don't know. But the Yoka I boxed, I thought he could be better than Fury and Joshua and the lot. But doesn't seem to be the same man in recent times. I'm sure everyone has got their own idea as to why that could be. So I was quite happy that Bakole won. Billy Nelson's an irritant. at times. But it was nice to see. I was, Billy gives me shit sometimes, but I was quite happy to see Bakole get the job done. A, because I'm not a Yoka fan, and B, because Billy was really nice to me when I seen him. It would have been awful if he lost because he got unbelievable stick. So hopefully Bakole goes on to get big fights now, and hopefully Yoka, I don't care what Yoka does. Hopefully he goes and just be happy somewhere.
Final one. There's reports circulating tonight. Anthony Joshua has finally picked himself a new trainer. Looks like it's going to be Robert Garcia, very well respected trainer. Not so much noted for his work with heavyweights, but what do you make of it as a link up?
Well, I thought that Angel Fernandez was training him. I just thought I thought that was where he was going, and that was going to be his full-time coach. So it came as a surprise to me. But like I said earlier, the trainer for me don't make the fighter really. I think it helps. I think there's such thing as a bad coach, but Anthony Joshua is one of the best heavyweights in the world. Whether Garcia trains him, McCracken, or my grandmother, regardless really. Then it's impossible to say. I don't know. If I was training Joshua, I would train different to Garcia. I would train different to McCracken. The game plan, I guess, is the all important thing. I just don't think that Anthony Joshua's got in the locker what it takes to beat Alexander Usyk, having sparred them both. I just don't think he has it. Whoever trains him, that comes back to what I was saying earlier. The fighter makes the trainer. Garcia can say what he wants, but I just don't think Joshua can beat Usyk at all in any way, shape, or form. So he must know what he's doing. He's training lots of champions, but he's got lots of good fighters. So if you haven't trained world champions with a crop of fighters that he's got, he would be a bad trainer.
You said you're not sure Joshua has what it takes to beat Usyk after sparring with both guys. What does it take to beat Alexander Usyk?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think I would know what it would take to beat him, but the same as Tyson Fury. Whether you got whether the man is alive to do that, I'm not sure. With Usyk, I think the only man in the heavyweight division that can beat Usyk right now is Tyson Fury, and vice versa. I could put you a game plan to beat Fury and Usyk. I believe. Is the man allowed to carry that out? I'm not sure. That's my genuine take on it. The closest we've seen Usyk getting beat was not Joshua, it was Marius Bradis. The closest we've seen Tyson getting beat was with Wilder. But neither went about it the way that I would go about beating him. When I think boxing, I think about beating someone over 12 rounds. I don't really think about taking him out in one shot. But yeah, I don't give Joshua much chance in the rematch. But if he does do it, brilliant. 3-time heavyweight champion of the world, The only two men that beat him is avenged him. So I like Alexander, lovely man. But I don't really have any bias either on which way the result goes. I hope it's a good fight.
Right, Dave. Well, thank you very much for making the time to speak to me. We'll catch you very soon, and yeah, good luck with everything coming up as well.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Cheers, mate.